Hi, and welcome to another video by Get It Done Home Repairs. This is a problem that I'm sure a lot of people have. The toilet paper holder starts to tear out of the wall. How can you fix it? Alright, so what we're going to do first, we're going to take this off. We're going to find out what they did underneath here and how it's screwed into the wall. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we looked on the side right over here, and there's a small little Allen key on the side here. So we're going to unscrew the Allen key, and we're going to take this off, and we're going to see where that cleat is mounted on the wall. Now you can use, here, let me give you an example of what kind of tools you're going to need to get this job done. You need an assortment of Allen keys. You're probably going to need a drill. You may need a ruler, maybe a couple of screwdrivers. You're going to need some drywall spackle, a spackling knife, a stud locator, and that's probably just about it. And if you're like me, you're probably going to need your glasses so you can see what's going on. All right, so we have our Allen key that we're going to use now to unscrew it. As I said, it's right on this side right over here. And we're going to unscrew that little screw right there, that Allen screw, and we'll take it out. All right, so let's do that. Make sure it fits tight because you don't want to strip out the Allen screw. Now yours may be a Allen screw, it could be a regular Phillips head screwdriver or a flat screwdriver. You'll need to look at it and see what you actually have on there. Watch you don't lose it because you will need to put this back on later. Let's take this off. And it looks like there's one screw through the center right here that holds it on the wall. So let's grab our Phillips head screwdriver and we're going to unscrew it. Now as you can see, that screw, it's turning, but it's not coming out. So let's see if we can just take it out like this. The drywall anchor is just spinning in the wall. Let me get a pair of pliers and I'll show you how to get that out, hopefully without doing much damage. All right, we'll grab our needle nose pliers. Let's hold the drywall anchor in the back and we'll try to unscrew it. And now it's coming out. See, what's happening is the anchor itself was just spinning in the wall. Instead of coming out, it was just spinning around. So let's take the screw out totally here. All right. Now let's take this off. They put these things here. I don't like these things. These may be very easy to put on, but they're a pain in the rear end once they start to pull out. You can see it does a significant amount of damage to the wall itself. Easy to install, but they're very, very destructive to the drywall itself, as you can see. All right, next we're going to take them pliers again. We're going to hold this. Actually, hold this again. Okay, even though these come usually with the item you're attaching to the wall, my recommendation, take these, don't even open the paper up, throw them in the garbage, and get either a regular standard drywall anchor or screw it directly into a stud. So let's find out where the stud is actually located over here. Okay, next we take our stud locator and we take it and hold it against the wall, turn it on until it says it's ready to go, and then we move it until we locate where a stud is located. So we know there's a stud there. There possibly could be a stud here. We have a stud there. Okay, so we probably have a stud from here to here. Now we know a stud in the wall is usually 1.5 inches. This is showing it as being almost 2.5 inches. So we know it's probably not going to be 100% accurate, but we know someplace between here and here is where the stud is located. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here with a very small drill bit, a 1/16 of an inch drill bit, and we're going to just drill a small little pilot hole just to make sure that the stud is where we want it. Now you determine what spot you want to mount it in, which is all personal preference. And I decided I want to mount it right there. But it's personal preference, as I said, you can put it any way you want to. So now we have our small little mark on the wall. We're going to drill very easily in here, not too hard. You can let it work very slowly, and we'll see if it hits a stud. Now I could feel it just hit the corner of the stud probably there. So we're going to move it over just a little bit and we're going to try it again. Now here I can feel that's a stud. So we're going to use that hole right there. And we're going to drill a small little hole right there as well, and we'll see if we hit a stud in here. And as you can see, there is no stud in that wall. So we have this stud in here. It's probably only about 1.5 inches. So we're going to come in here, we're probably going to put a drywall anchor here, and we're going to screw this one directly into the stud. Okay, next we take a 1/8 of an inch drill bit, and we're going to drill a little bit larger hole, and we're going to drill into the stud for the screw to go into it. So let's do that. And we're hitting the stud. Okay, so now we have a good depth for the screw to go into it. So we're going to put the screw in that one, and this one we're going to put a drywall anchor in it. Most of the weight is going to be held by this screw here, but let's level it up. And now we're going to drill this and put our anchor in the wall. Okay, so now we're going to take our drywall anchor and we're going to put it in the wall. This is the drywall anchor that fits for this screw here. You could screw the screw in and turn it, and you can see it actually is fairly tight inside the anchor itself. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this anchor and we're going to mount it to the wall. Now the way these anchors work, which I like, you drill a hole this big. When you screw that screw inside there, it forces these two pieces open further and it wedges it in the wall so it doesn't rotate. The ones with the screws on it, they just keep on making the hole bigger and bigger until it comes out and fails. All right, so now if you look on the packaging, it calls for a 3/16 drill bit to drill this with, which is what we're going to do right now. Nice and slow. You don't want to push on it. You want to let the drill do the work. Okay. Now we're going to take our anchor and we're going to push it into the wall, and we're going to take a hammer and we're going to tap it in until it's flush. Let's grab our hammer, tap it in. Until it's flush, just like that. All right, next we're going to take our mounting bracket. We're going to put our one screw into the bracket. That's going to screw into the stud first. And we're going to just catch it in here and screw it in a couple of threads until it catches into the stud. Now remember, we drilled the stud already to accommodate the new screw. And then you can feel it get tighter. We're just going to hold this up for now, and we'll screw this into the stud. We're going to tighten that up in a second. Next, we'll grab our second screw. We'll put it in here, and we'll screw it down until it's snug again. And you'll feel it start to tighten up as it goes through the drywall anchor, which is expanding the anchor to hold it in the wall. All right, now we'll tighten this one up. Let's make sure it's level. Level. Now we'll screw in a screw for the anchor till it's snug. Make sure this is tight. And now we're ready to mount this back on over the top like that. We'll put this over here like that. We're going to catch this screw in here and we'll screw it in. Make sure it's not cross-threaded. You want to make sure that it screws in nice and easy. Okay, now we got it snug. Now we'll take our Allen key, turn it over the other way, and we'll tighten it down until it's nice and tight. You don't want to over tighten anything and strip it out, so just be careful. Okay, and that's it. It's all nice and tight. But now you have the nice toilet paper holder on the wall. What do you do here? You got these big humongous holes in the wall here. What are you going to do with that? What I always do is take this and push all of the debris that came out of the hole, push it inside the hole. Okay? Same thing over here. Push it all inside. Then you take the rounded end of any tool, whether it's a spackling knife or a screwdriver, and you go on the hole and you push in and push everything inside so that this dimples into the wall. You want to make sure it pushes in as far as you can. Same thing over here. Push all that stuff inside the hole. And now just take your rounded edge, put it in there, and push it in until it actually dimples in the wall so that this hole is now recessed in a little bit further. All right, let me grab some spackle and we're going to fill that up. Okay, so now after we dimpled everything in, any loose paint that's sticking out or whatever, you want to remove that. We'll grab our spackle, and the key with spackling is you want to push it into that hole and keep on pushing it in so it fills up the whole void between the outside and the inside. Remember, the sheetrock is going to be probably 5/8 of an inch thick, 1/2 inch to 5/8, so you want to push all this stuff inside the hole and just keep on working it back and forth and pushing it in. Now, same thing on this one. Pushing it into the hole. Very important, you want to make sure that it all goes inside and fills up the entire void. Now this will shrink slightly, just so you know. I'm not going to bore you with how to finish this. I will attach another video to this video. I will attach another video to this video on how to finish off drywall for the perfect job. But once this dries, it'll sink in a little bit in the center because of the depth of the spackle on there. Once it dries off, we'll sand it very lightly, wet sand it or a very light sandpaper, and then we'll put our finish coat on, and then this wall is ready to be painted. But that's it, that's how you do it. The only thing I will recommend to you is if you ever get a fixture and it comes with these type of mollies, throw them away because they're nothing but trouble. It may go in easy and it may last for a short period of time, but it's not going to last a long time. All right, so toilet paper holder's on. We're fixing this, and that's it. This job is done, and we're on to the next one. All right, as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.